everybody, it's Laura, and you're watching Atomic News TV. And I am in the middle of nowhere right now. We're headed home from the border, so I just wanted to do a final live stream recap on our little adventure this weekend down to Yuma. So if this live stream cuts at any time, you guys, I'll start another live stream. So don't worry, you just have to keep watching. Yeah, don't stop believing. No. So I don't remember sleeping last night at all. I may have, but it would have been for a couple minutes. But Mr. Atomic was like sawing logs. He was snoring away next to me, and I was like, oh my God. You know, and it was really cool because we had the windows open, and I was just kind of staring up at the sky and listening to the different sounds that were out there in the desert. And I saw some falling stars, which was really cool. And then I kept hearing off in the distance on those dunes that I showed you guys earlier today. I kept hearing the ATVs going through those dunes all night long. And I'd pop my head up like, you know, a little gopher or whatever. And I'd look out the window and you'd see them shut their lights off, but you could hear them still driving through the dunes on the Mexican side. And sorry, this is really shaky. I know, I'm sorry. Now let me get my elbow off the console. Maybe that'll be less bumpy. But we knew something was going on over there. And then in the wee hours of the morning, oh God, I want to say it was like around 2 o'clock in the morning, we thought we heard something. So, you know, I bolt up because I'm awake, and Jen and Jeremy had already darted off down the road a little bit to see if they could see what was going on. And we could tell that Border Patrol was probably about a half a mile away. And, you know, Jen had a really good point. You know, we probably shouldn't go up there because you don't want to come upon Border Patrol in the middle of the night and, you know, catch them off guard, which is smart, right? That was a smart move. Got to give Jen some credit on that one. We didn't want to make Border Patrol nervous or anything like that, so we just, you know, kicked back and watched from afar. And, you know, you can hear the Border Patrol going by all night long. So all night long, we had trucks going back and forth by camp. So, you know, they are, you know, active down there, you know, actively moving around, just not planting themselves and sitting for all that long of a period of time. But it actually got pretty cold last night. I woke up Mr. Atomic, I'm like, give me some of that damn blanket. I was cold. I would say by 5-6 o'clock in the morning, I was chilled. I was very chilled. So it got pretty cold in the desert. So you guys, I've told you before that the desert is unforgiving. It's relentless. It's extremely hot and extremely cold and extremely dry and extremely dirty. I'm very dirty right now. I'm a dirty girl. No, but so this morning, after everybody, you know, kind of got up at camp and we got our shit together and packed everything up and you know, ate a little something, we had a very small group of people cross the border. It was 4 adults and a child, and it was Paloma that spotted it. And so they drove up to camp, you know, alerted us, and, you know, we all hopped in the car and we headed down there, right? And you could see them, you know, coming across from the Mexican side of the border. And you guys, you know, if you haven't seen that video, go back in my video history and watch that. But it was, you know, in the heat of that moment, though, your blood gets flowing and, you know, the energy is going, and you're like, wow, this is really happening. You know, I've been waiting for this for 8 months now. And finally I was there in person, right? And I stayed up by the bollard fencing, or whatever you call that kind of fence. Is it bollard? What is it? What is that?
Bollard.
Is it a form of, I don't know what they call it. But it's a vehicle barrier is what it is. It's not wall, it's not, you know, the slatted fence. It's a vehicle barrier. Hey Amy, how's it going? And I stayed up from there and filmed from there. So that's where I was kind of perched. And the other Patriots that were there, they're from different states. Like I think we had someone from California, we had somebody from Nevada, somebody from Colorado. Hey, Unit 132. Where is everyone? We were down in Yuma today and last night. So you have to go watch the video of the little small group of migrants that we had come over the border this morning. So I stayed perched up by that vehicle barrier because it was a pretty steep incline. I could have gone down there, but it was rocky and dirty, and I'm like, okay, I'm in shorts. If I slip and I fall, I'm gonna bleed, you know. And Border Patrol was right there behind us. I mean, directly behind us, which you'll see me pan the camera around, and you'll see that they were right there. But there were some people, I briefly spoke to some people, but I really don't know who most of those people were. They're just other people that, I don't know if they're part of any Patriot groups or if they're just independents or they just wanted to, see for themselves and experience it themselves. I'm not sure. The only, other person that I absolutely knew down there was Paloma, in that particular group that was filming. But, so I don't know where I can send you to go see their footage or anything like that. Sorry about that, guys. But, I know Paloma has it on her channel if you want to go see it, from her camera. Not on her channel, it's on her Facebook. But yeah, when you're in that moment there, like your blood is flowing and, and there's an excitement, and finally it's like, okay, I'm finally seeing this. And it's, it's pretty cool to see, I mean, not that obviously I don't want them crossing the border illegally. I'd like to have them come legally, right? You want to come here legally? Great. Welcome to America. But, it was really interesting to see it actually happen. USA Today was down there both yesterday and today, and they were documenting the whole entire weekend with us. They interviewed a few of the Patriots like me and Paloma and Jen and all that. And it's something that they're going to be working on in the next few weeks. I know one of the guys took my information, my phone number. Did you find some new clothes for Mr. Atomic? In the desert, you mean? Pants? Did I find pants? No, that's the one place we didn't go to that I wanted to. That's what they did yesterday during the day when I was working before we got up to Yuma, or down to Yuma, I should say, is they went over to that section that Jen nicknames the pants, where all the clothes are. I did get a couple photos of some stuff that we did find this morning by the pea tree where everybody goes to pee in the desert. There was some clothes and some nausea medication and some earphones, and so I took some pictures of those. I have a bunch of pictures from this weekend that I'm gonna do like a slideshow on YouTube that you guys can see, and I'll put that together probably later tonight. But after we got that video, which was kind of intense if you watch that, some of the Patriots were a little worked up, I think, but I stayed back, I kept my cool, and I did my job. I was just okay. Are we still there? Do I have you guys? Tell me yes. Are you still with me? Remember, I'm in the middle of nowhere, so this may happen again. Is this thing on? Hello?
This is an audience here with no oil.
Okay, buffering. Unit 132 says buffering. Hopefully it kicks on. Okay, they can see me now. Okay, good. So, yeah, that was pretty awesome. So we went down to, after that we went down to, what was next after that? Where did we go to?
The other side of the cocoa pod.
Oh yeah, we went along the border road, through the Indian reservation, and then where the wall begins, basically, in San Luis. And what I found interesting about that was when we got to the wall, it's like, it's big, okay? You see it on these videos, right? And it's big, but when you're standing at the bottom of it and you're looking up and you're just like, holy shit, it's big, okay? I think, what was that one, 26, 30 feet, something like that? 20, at least 20, at least.
26 feet.
And then it had the concertina wire at the top. And then, but the thing is it backs right to the canal, and there's a gate that opens and shuts, probably for the IBWC. And so you can still just cross into America and cross the canal and come up around the gate. I mean, so it's obvious that we need to continue the wall, because if we don't, what's the point? What's the point of having all that wall if if it just ends at some point and then they can still just walk right over. It makes no sense. It's a waste. You either got to keep it going or, you know what I mean? I didn't get that part. I'm like, this is kind of like building, a Lego castle and forgetting like a major piece. The moat, yes, forgetting the moat. But and one thing that I caught in one of my videos that I pointed out to the USA Today guys is that in the gate you could tell, like in the slats, you could tell like two of the slats were like bent, like somebody used something to bend the slats. But then I thought after the fact, I'm like, well, why would somebody do that? If they wanted to get through, they could just go around the damn gate, because it's not like where they just built the wall down in New Mexico near Sunland Park, where the gate shuts up against another fence that has razor wire at the top. It's not like that. It literally, the wall and then a gate and then a canal. That's it. So you just have to, you could jump into the canal, and the canal has these little ladders, every so many feet, so that in case of emergency somebody can climb out. So yeah, it's wide open down there, you guys. Wide open. And that vehicle barrier doesn't stop anything. You guys will see in my video I go right under it, though it was difficult for me because I'm like 5'9", 5'10", and getting under that is not the easiest thing. At the end I tried to go over it and I was like, oh holy hell, that's hard too. But I mean, it can be done. I mean, did you see that kid in my video? He hopped right over. He's like, whoop, right over. I was like, all right, that's how we roll. But when that small group of migrants came through, what upset me was that, and it may be because some of the other Patriots were, a little energetic, I guess you could say, that they got them into the car, into the Border Patrol transit really fast. They didn't frisk them, they didn't check them out, they didn't check their pockets, their bags, nothing. Tell them to put their bags in the back of the truck and boom, get in. On my end, maybe it's still buffering on your end and has to catch up, but I think we're good for the moment. Sorry about this, guys. I am in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, that kind of concerned me that a Border Patrol didn't check them out or anything, and they popped them right into the car and they're like, let's go, right? So that was interesting to me. And then Border Patrol didn't seem to care that we were there, which I know some of them, sorry, I feel like I have something in my eye. Some of them do care, some of them don't. But, all of the Border Patrol last night was really, really nice that talked to us. There was one that came and picked up the tires because they were dragging the area. They hook up a group of tires to the back of their truck and they drag those along the border road. That way, when they drive along, they can see when footprints happen and if somebody's crossed. So they do that several times in the night in several different areas. And I think it's smart. So every time we had to go to the Petrie, we had to make sure that we did not walk on the border road. We had to seriously duck under the tree and make sure we didn't put footprints out there so that we didn't piss off Border Patrol.
Make their job harder.
Yeah, make their job harder. We don't want to do that. And then we had to be careful where we went out in the desert too, because they do have sensors out there and you don't want to trip Border Patrol sensors and piss them off. There are certain rules that you have to kind of stick to when you're out there. You have to be a polite patriot. You can't go out there willy-nilly and do whatever you want. There's a set of rules that you're supposed to follow. I don't know what you would call that.
Code of ethics.
Code of ethics, thank you. Code of ethics that you should be following when you're on the border. And so that's what we really tried to stick to and tried to do. And because it's important, because I want to be able to go down there again, and I don't want Border Patrol to ever be like, oh, okay, here comes Atomic News again, right? And every time we pass Border Patrol, it's like, thank you, sir. That type of thing. Thank you for your service. And they'd wave to us and stuff like that. It was really cool. I thought Yuma Border Patrol was going to be a little more standoffish, at least from, you know, some of the footage I've seen down in Yuma, I have seen a few officers that were a little, you know, standoffish, and not really into having somebody watching, you know. But they were all the ones we talked to, very, very nice, very nice. So that was cool. I liked that a lot. And then after we went down to that section of the border wall, we decided to go out and go down to, what was it, Yuma Project 1, they said? 2. Was it? I thought it was 1 or 2. I don't know.
1 is where we were, where we camped.
Oh, here we go. Okay, now I'm back. Buffering. AZ Patriots was just explaining everything that we were looking at and stuff like that. So it was really nice of them to, you know, host this weekend and kind of fill everybody in on what's going on, what you can and what you can't do down there, that kind of a thing. Because they've been down there for weeks, and so they, you know, they know what's up. So it was good times today, and I was really, really happy that we found my favorite pizza down there. You guys, I'm originally from Southern California, and there's a pizza place called Round Table Pizza. I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of it, but last night when we were going through Yuma to get down to the camp, I was like, oh my God, that's a Round Table Pizza! And I was like, on the way out, we need to stop and get a pizza. So we did, and we were literally eating pizza in the car just before I started this live stream. But one thing that yesterday that we ran into on our way down to Yuma is like right out of Gila Bend, there is but I thought, why are we not using that as a migrant shelter? I mean, it's there, right? It's empty. Why not? Why do we gotta, you know, tote them into Phoenix, into all those shelters, and why do we gotta move them through the state? Why don't we stick them in this facility, for lack of a better term? I mean, it's there, utilize it, right? I don't know, just a thought. I don't know what you guys think, but so you know, I'm glad I went down there. I wish I could have gotten you guys some more videos than I did, but the crossings have slowed down in Yuma right now, and you know, that could be for various reasons. It could be because of the heat. It's getting hotter and hotter every day. You know, we're in triple digits, and I'm sure there were people that crossed last night that we didn't see, you know, because it happens that often. But I would have liked to have gotten you more footage, but that's okay. We're going to do this again. Not in Yuma, but the second week of July, we're going to go over to the Sierra Vista side and catch you some footage down there. Me and Mr. Atomic, and then, you know, while we're down there, we're going to go to Tombstone. So it's kind of a dual purpose thing. So, you know, good times, good experience. I'm definitely glad I did it, although I don't remember sleeping last night, so I think I'll sleep tonight. That's for sure. I'm pretty tired now. But you guys, if you haven't seen any of the videos that I posted, make sure you go back and watch those. And if you want to see like additional videos, make sure you go to AZ Patriots. And I know that Jen took some videos. I know Paloma took some videos. And then while you're on the AZ Patriots page, you guys, make sure that you check out their fundraising there, because they have been served by the SPLC. I couldn't spit that out. The SPLC, because the SPLC is saying that they were harassing the migrants at the have an attorney. They need to be proper. And so if you want to help some patriots out, that's probably a good idea. And is there anything else you want to add, sir? He's tired. He's dirty and tired like me. And he's yawning. It's really good pizza, you guys. It's my whole pizza's back there. I don't know if you can see it, but I don't know. It's really good pizza. And oh, the train is passing. I wonder what train company this is.
BNSF.
Oh, yep, BNSF. You guys know who BNSF is, right? They're a dirty company. Just ask anybody down in New Mexico and El Paso, they'll tell you. They're in bed with the left. BNSF Railroad. In bed with the left. They make major oh my gosh, that has an American flag on the side of that train. But they've been known to make donations to left-wing politicians. So, yeah, just, you know. So, I hope you guys like the videos that I put out there, and hope that you guys will keep watching, because I will have more videos like that in the future. And that is that. We are about 76 miles away from Phoenix. I can't wait to take a shower. And until next time, guys, peace out.